What if you could fall asleep in one city and wake up in another, 800 kilometers away, for less than a budget airline seat? Sleeper trains are making a massive comeback across the world. But which ones actually give you the best value for money? We ranked the 10 best sleeper trains on the planet by one brutal metric: cost per hour of travel. Cheaper per hour equals higher rank. Here are the results, with real 2026 pricing. Our methodology is simple. We took the lowest available sleeper berth price on each route, divided by total journey time, and ranked by cost per hour in US dollars. We're comparing apples to apples, basic sleeper compartments, not luxury suites. That means a 4-berth couchette in Europe, a hard sleeper in Asia, and a roomette in North America. Shorter routes with low prices can still rank high if the cost per hour is low enough. Let's count down from 10. Starting at number 10. The Caledonian Sleeper runs from London Euston to Edinburgh, Glasgow, Fort William, and the Scottish Highlands. The journey to Edinburgh takes about 7.5 hours overnight. A classic room berth starts at £100, about $126, giving you a cost of roughly $16.80 per hour. That makes it the most expensive on our list. But here's why it still earned a spot. The Highlands route to Fort William is one of the most scenic rail journeys in the world. You fall asleep in London and wake up surrounded by lochs and mountains. The 2023 relaunch brought brand new Mark V carriages with in-suite showers, reclining seats, and a proper lounge car. Book months ahead. Caledonian fares triple closer to departure. The cheapest seats sell out fast, especially for the Fort William route. Number 9. Austria's Nightjet is the undisputed king of European sleeper trains. ÖBB runs an enormous network connecting Vienna, Munich, Hamburg, Rome, Venice, Brussels, and Barcelona. The Vienna to Rome route covers over 1,100 kilometers in about 11 hours. A 6-berth couchette starts at €29.90, about $32, which gives you just $2.91 per hour. But the most popular route, Vienna to Hamburg, costs around €49 for a couchette over 10 hours, about $5.30 per hour. We're using the network average of about $12 per hour for ranking purposes, since prices vary wildly by route and booking time. The real magic of Nightjet is the network itself. One operator, dozens of routes, consistent quality. Their new generation carriages launched in 2023 have mini suites with private bathrooms. Number 8. Amtrak's Coast Starlight runs from Los Angeles to Seattle, covering 2,216 kilometers along the entire U.S. Pacific coast in about 35 hours. A roomette, that's a private cabin for two with fold-down beds, starts at around $350, which works out to $10 per hour. But here's the hidden value. That $350 includes all meals in the dining car: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The Pacific Parlor car has panoramic windows, wine tastings, and a dedicated observation lounge exclusively for sleeper passengers. The route passes through Santa Barbara, the Salinas Valley, the Cascade Range, and Portland. The roomette price is per cabin, not per person. Two people sharing brings it down to $5 per hour each. Suddenly, it's one of the best deals in America. Number 7. Sweden's SJ Night train runs from Stockholm to the Arctic North, Kiruna, Narvik, and the Aurora Borealis zone. The Stockholm to Narvik route covers over 1,600 kilometers in about 18 hours. A 6-berth couchette starts at 495 Swedish kronor, about $47, giving you roughly $2.61 per hour. For the private 2-berth sleeper, expect around 895 kronor, about $85. Still only $4.72 per hour. The northbound overnight service is legendary among Aurora hunters. You depart Stockholm in the evening and arrive above the Arctic Circle at sunrise. The train follows the historic iron ore line through some of the most remote landscapes in Europe. Number 6. The Egyptian National Railway sleeper runs from Cairo to Luxor and Aswan, following the Nile Valley south for about 660 kilometers over 10 to 13 hours. The tourist cabin costs around $100 including dinner and breakfast, which works out to roughly $8.30 per hour. But that's the tourist price. Locals pay around 360 Egyptian pounds, about $7.50, for a regular first-class sleeper over the same route, under 60 cents per hour. We're ranking on the tourist fare since that's what most viewers will pay. Dinner and breakfast are served in your cabin. The train departs Cairo around 8 p.m. and arrives in Luxor at dawn. You wake up to the Valley of the Kings. Number 5. Japan's last remaining regular sleeper train, the Sunrise Seto and Sunrise Izumo, runs from Tokyo to Takamatsu and Izumo. The combined train splits in Okayama, with one section heading to Shikoku Island and the other to Shirmane Prefecture. The journey takes about 12 hours overnight. A Nobi seat, that's a flat carpeted berth with a privacy partition, costs just 9,460 yen, about $63, giving you $5.25 per hour. The solo compartment, a tiny private room, starts at 7,700 yen on top of the base fare, about $114 total, still under $10 per hour. This train is famous for its punctuality. It departs Tokyo at 10 p.m. and arrives in Izumo at 9:58 a.m., within seconds of schedule. The Nobi seats cannot be reserved online. You must buy at the ticket counter on the day of departure. They sell out by 10 a.m. Get to the station early. Number 4. Thailand's State Railway runs overnight sleepers from Bangkok to Chiang Mai, Surat Thani, and Nong Khai near the Laos border. The Bangkok to Chiang Mai route is the classic 688 kilometers through the mountains in about 13 hours. A second-class air-conditioned sleeper berth costs just 791 baht, about $23, giving you an incredible $1.77 per hour. The lower berth is wider and has a window, worth the extra 100 baht. Bedding is included, and a food cart passes through regularly. The train departs Bangkok's Hua Lamphong station at 6 p.m. and winds through the Thai countryside, crossing the famous the Champha Bridge at sunrise. Book on the 12go.asia website. It's the only reliable way to reserve Thai sleeper berths from outside the country. The State Railway website barely works in English. Number 3. China's conventional sleeper trains cover the largest rail network on Earth. The Beijing to Shanghai route, 1,318 kilometers in about 14 hours, costs just 327 yuan, about $45, for a hard sleeper, $3.21 per hour. But the real value champion is the Beijing to Xi'an route, 1,200 kilometers in 11 hours for 253 yuan, about $35. Just $3.18 per hour. And then there's the epic Beijing to Lhasa route, 3,757 kilometers over 40 hours for around 720 yuan, about $99, an astonishing $2.48 per hour across the Tibetan Plateau. Chinese hard sleepers have 6 berths per compartment, no door, clean bedding, hot water flasks, and a dining car. The upper berth is cheapest, the lower berth has the most headroom. Number 2. The Reunification Express runs the entire length of Vietnam, from Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh City, 1,726 kilometers over 33 hours. A 4-berth soft sleeper with air conditioning costs around 1.3 million Vietnamese dong, about $52. That's just $1.58 per hour. The hard sleeper, without air conditioning, drops to about 900,000 dong, roughly $36. $1.09 per hour. The route follows the coast through Hue, Da Nang, and Nha Trang. Most travelers break the journey into segments, Hanoi to Hue overnight, then Hue to Da Nang by day for the legendary high van pass views. Food vendors board at every station selling pho, banh mi, and fresh fruit for under $1. And number 1. The best value sleeper train in the world is India's railway network. The Mumbai to Delhi Rajdhani Express covers 1,384 kilometers in about 16 hours. A 3-tier AC sleeper costs just 1,580 rupees, about $19, $1.19 per hour. And that includes all meals, dinner, breakfast, and tea served at your berth. But India's non-AC sleeper class is in a league of its own. The Chennai to Delhi route, over 2,100 kilometers in 28 hours, costs an extraordinary 625 rupees, about $7.50. That's 27 cents per hour. We're ranking India by the AC sleeper price to keep comparisons fair, but even at $1.19 per hour, nothing else in the world comes close to this value. Indian Railways carries 8 billion passengers per year across 68,000 route kilometers. The food, the chai, the conversations with strangers, it's not just transport, it's a cultural experience. Have you taken an overnight sleeper train? Which one? And was it worth it? Tell us below. So there you have it, the 10 best value sleeper trains ranked by cost per hour. India dominates at just over $1 per hour with meals included. Vietnam and Thailand are close behind under $2. And even in Europe, the Swedish night train and Nightjet prove that sleeper travel doesn't have to cost a fortune. Whether you're crossing the Tibetan Plateau or winding through the Scottish Highlands, there's a sleeper train that fits your budget. If you found this ranking useful, hit subscribe for more data-driven transport guides. Like this video if you're a fan of overnight trains. And tell us in the comments, have you taken a sleeper train? Which one? And would you do it again? We read every comment.